Right then everyone, Merry Christmas. Before we get into today's video, just want to wish everyone watching a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's currently Christmas Eve in the evening and I thought I'd get this video out there before we head into Boxing Day's game against Leicester. Just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a big thank you to everyone that supported the channel over this year and in the past as well. And I hope every single one of you has a great Christmas. Now it is known that, Christmas can be a wonderful time of the year, the best time of the year. Is that even right? But it can also be a very difficult time of the year for many people. It's a stressful time of the year with presents, with thinking about things, with money issues, especially in the current climate in the UK and the way the cost of living crisis is. It also can be a lonely time of year for people that have maybe just lost a loved one or on their own, whatever it may be, suffering mental health issues, a whole host of things. Just to let you know, as a proud member of the Bay Game Changer campaign, a champion for that Newcastle United Foundation, there is help out there for those all year round, but especially at Christmas time for those that are struggling. So you'll see it on your screen now, and there's also links in the description to reach out for help if you feel like you need it. But I do hope everyone has a happy and healthy Christmas and everyone can look forward to the new year with Newcastle United in mind. The best time ever to support this club in my opinion. The club is going places. And hopefully the main thing I want for Christmas is 3 points on Boxing Day. And a big Christmas miracle, a big wish of mine for going into the new year would obviously be getting European football. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 4 signings that I think would guarantee top 4 football for Newcastle United next season. St. James's Park against Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, you get it. Who should we sign for our best chance of getting that top 4 place, or even top 6, but I'm going to go for top 4. I'm going to go adventurous on this one, ambitious on this one. Now, obviously, I don't think we will sign all 4 of these players. I tell you what, if we signed even 1, maybe 2 of these players, I'd be over the moon in January, with it being a difficult month and stuff. I think that certainly is a bit of a myth, to be honest, that's saying. But I'm going to start off with the number 1 target, and he is Newcastle United's number 1 target. It might not be able to get him in January. I think he'll definitely come next summer if we don't get him in the next month or so, and that is Leicester City and England's James Maddison. Now, Newcastle United had 2 bids turned down for James Maddison last summer. £50 million plus is what it's going to take to get the Leicester City playmaker. He wants to move. He's been teasing it. I've done videos on Maddison before. He's been teasing it. He spent the whole England camp in Qatar with his new upcoming teammates, Wilson, Popey and Trips. He was with them a lot of the time over there. He was loving the Newcastle partner. He wants involved in this project. He wants to move away from Leicester. He wants a fresh start. Leicester need the money. The whole deal makes sense. Now we need to snap up Maddison. I tell you what, if we get it done in that first week of the window, would be brilliant, because on the 10th of January, Newcastle play Leicester City in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. So how good it would be if we could nick Leicester's best player off them just in time, because we wouldn't want Leicester City's Maddison scoring against us, would have knocking us out of the cup. So if we could get him over the line early doors, that would be magnificent. But if we can get him in at all in January, it could really change our chances massively of getting top 4. I mean, he, for me, is the missing piece. He would be a huge statement signing. It would make everyone stand up. He's one of England's hot prospects. He should have played more in the World Cup. Hopefully he will play more going forward. He's got one of the best goal combinations and contributions in the Premier League in terms of goals and assists. He's an all-round fantastic player. He's a creator, he's a goal scorer, he's a grafter. He would fit in perfectly for us. And well, we say that, but obviously we may have to change formation, but he gives us that opportunity to change formation and style of play in different scenarios, in different games against different opposition. So I think Maddison, whether he played as number 10, whether he played on the wing, he can do both. Whether he played in midfield, he can do it all. He would offer us a big threat in different positions. Number 1 target for me over the next 12 months, not just next month, next year. Get Maddison in, and if we're signing him, would be on our way to European football. Not going to go too much into every single signing, as this video will be too long. We've all got Christmas drinks and sweets and chocolates to be had. So I'm going to jump on to the next one, and that is Brighton's Leandro Trossard. Now, Trossard is in high demand after such a great start to the season at Brighton and Hove Albion, smashing it in for the Seagulls. The Belgian international, the winger, he's scoring goals for fun. He's a handful on the wing. He's a great, skillful player. But like I said, massive eye for goal. He's been fantastic at Brighton since he signed. He's really went on leaps and bounds in the last 6 months or so. And he's looking like a top quality player. And his price fee will also be high, like Maddison's, Trossard will probably be, 30, 40 million. I don't think he's got too long on his contract left either. So whether we could get a big signing like Maddison and Trossard together, I think you'd be talking near on 100 million for both of them. Totally worth it though. You know, both got the best years ahead of them, and Trossard, Premier League proven, he could come into the side straight away and start performing. There's going to be a host of clubs after Trossard, though. He's really impressed and scored a lot of goals at Anfield. Liverpool fancy him. Arsenal will be sniffing around him, minding everyone will want a bit of Trossard. So with Newcastle in the hat, Newcastle still in top four and in amongst January, why not? We are a great option for these players, for any player now, with our ambitious owners. So Trossard, he'd be right up there for me. Now, he's not as high a priority because of how well Almiron's doing this season, but if St. Maximin moves on, or he's constantly injured like he is, or we're still struggling to get Isak back playing, then Trossard would be very exciting. Imagine that front three of, you know, Trossard, Wilson and Almiron. Like, you could mix it up over and over again with the options we've got. So Trossard, it's important that we increase our strength and depth of our squad as well. Options from the bench in January. Trossard would do that massively. So you might be bringing on a Maxi instead of starting him, bringing on an Almiron, bringing on a Trossard. Totally changes the dynamics of how you can play a game and how strong you are coming up against an opponent. So Trossard, big signing that would be. Now, I did say 4 players. It sounded better, didn't it? Because, you know, 4 players to get top 4, the link is there. But I'm going to split this one with 2 Dutchmen, all right? One of them is Cody Gakpo. The other one is Memphis Depay. I've split this because I'm going to say Depay. So he is the third out of the 4th. So far we've got Maddison, Trossard, and now I'm going Depay. If I could really get who I wanted, it would be Gakpo as that third. But way too much money. He's going to be going for 50 million plus now. I've already put too much money on the line with Trossard and Maddison, so I can't be extra silly and daft here and say Gakpo. But after the World Cup he's had, his price tag's gone up even more. It looks like Ten Hag is already in talks to sign Gakpo as well. Gakpo wants to move, obviously. He turned down Leeds on the deadline day last summer. I think then it was about 30 million. He's going to be going for at least 45, 50 now. PSV have said they're willing to sell him in January, so he will be on the move. Man United looks like the place he's going to end up. So yeah, but you put your hat in the ring, like I said, you could make things happen, stir it up a bit. We're higher in the league. You know what I mean? We're higher than Man United at the minute. But Gakpo, I wouldn't see it, but what I would see is Memphis Depay. Right? Memphis Depay has been allowed to leave for 15 million or less. 15 million or less for Memphis Depay, who's still playing in the Netherlands squad, still looks a great attacker up front. You know, he's a very good forward. He offers a lot, can roam about the 3, offers different things to cause different defenders problems, does still score a goal as well. I like Depay, and like I've just said, strength and depth. Depay coming off the bench instead of Chris Wood. Make it happen. That's all I'm going to say on it. That's all I'm going to say on it. Depay would be a good option. 4th on my list, Edson Alvarez is from Ajax, the Mexican midfielder. Now again, he will be a high price tag. You're talking 30 to 60 million for him, anywhere in that bracket. You know, you see some articles saying 35 that accept, no, they want at least 45, 50. So yeah, I think 45, 50 would definitely get him, maybe even 40 million. He's one of the most sought after midfielders in Europe. You know, he is catching the eye with the performances this season. He's been linked with a host of Premier League clubs as well. All the top 4 after him. He's had a World Cup with Mexico. He's still performing very well at a club level. And the reason I've said Alvarez, because we'll mix it up from the likes of a Sean Longstaff, or we'll mix it up from a Joelinton, or we'll let Bruno get further forward. A very dogged midfielder, will sit deep, break up a lot of the play. That could allow a Bruno Guimaraes to get forward. And again, gives us more options. If you want to go to Man City away, you play Martinez, Bruno, Joelinton. If you're playing Fulham at home, you can rest Martinez, you can play Shelby, Bruno and Joelinton, or you can bring Sean Longstaff in, or you can bring whoever, you can drop Maddison, you can forward, whatever you want. Signing these type of players gives us more options, because at the minute our starting 11 is very predictable. Willock could come in, you know, if you want legs, whatever. Signing them Alvarez allows you to change things up, mix things up, bring a different dynamic in the midfield, allow, like I said, Guimaraes to get forward more, freedom to the wingers more, a lot more mopping up than when you'd have to have St. Maximin coming back, which we know he doesn't like to do. Almiron always does it anyways. Wilson could stay on the line of the defender a bit more, ready to just chop in and win the ball, get that possession. Be an unreal signing. I mean, these are 4 unreal signings to be fair, but they have to be. They have to be. You look at the squads around the top 4. If you want to compete with Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, you know what I mean? If you want to compete with these, you need to sign these big name players, because you need those options off the bench. I mean, you look at the teams around there, the strength and depth that the likes of obviously City have, the likes of Liverpool have. You know, that if you want to start getting in amongst them, you have to start signing big name players, and those are 4 very big name players. Now, like I said, I don't think we'll sign 4 players in January anyways, whether it be them 4 or 4 players from Accrington Stanley. We're not going to sign 4 players. It'll be 1 or 2 players for me, maybe 3. I'll be very surprised if Newcastle sign more than 3 players in January, depending on outgoings, mate, and outgoings can be for another video once we get into the transfer window. But yeah, those would be my top 4, and like I said, if I could sign any one of those, it would be Maddison. But that'll do there. That's the way I think Newcastle should go about if they want to try and get Champions League football this season and capitalise on being 3rd. We need to really capitalise and go for it in January for me, because we'll not have a better chance to break in that top 4 than this year, to be honest. Nobody expected it. You know, it's a big step so soon, but when you're there, why not get amongst it and go for it? Why not be ambitious and bold? We'll wait and see though in the owners we trust, in Eddie Howe we trust. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my top 4 signings to make, top 4 suggestions. Drop yours in the comments as well. And once again, Merry Christmas everyone, Happy New Year, come back on Boxing Day for the Leicester match reaction, and most importantly, enjoy yourselves.